up, on my fight fans? So Dana White is not 100% down with Jon Jones being the main event or even fighting in the White House card. According to him, it's 1 in a billion chance that he would actually fight on the White House card. What do you guys think of that? Do you agree with it or you disagree with it? I personally agree to it. I agree to it. Why? Because Jon Jones, it's just been a real rocky road since he's been back. You know, when he got that win over Ciryl Gane back in 2023, then he was supposed to fight Stipe, but he got hurt, which took a whole year, a little longer, to fight Stipe. Then we got that fight. Then we were supposed to get Tom Aspinall. And there was a lot of games, a lot of negotiations. There was this whole rumor, or actually a fact, I should say, that Jon Jones had requested $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. They met that. Somehow, some way, UFC, probably from Uncle Turkey, met that match for Jon Jones and said, no problem, here is $30 million. Jon Jones said no. He wants to retire. And what's really bothering is if he really, really wanted to retire, he probably should have done that in November so we could have moved on with the rest of the division. But now, Tom Aspinall has to wait so long because now he is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world to face Ciryl Gane. The guy has not fought since, I want to say, July of last year. And now he's waiting over a year. The poor guy has pretty much took so much time out of his career to wait for that Jon Jones. I'm sure the UFC was promising him he was going to get that Jon Jones. I'm sure the UFC has said multiple times that they had that fight, Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall, in the bag, and Jon Jones pretty much let them down. And it's not even just that. With his fighting, with the process it takes to get him to fight, his whole outside the cage shenanigans, the steroids, the law breaking, it's just so much happens to Jon Jones. It's hard to trust him that he's even going to make it to the main event during the White House. Maybe if it wasn't at the White House, it might be a little different. Maybe they might be a little more lenient and maybe willing to give him a chance. But it feels like, no, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that Jon Jones is not on that card. If Jon Jones wants to fight again, they are 100% down and 100% going to let him fight again. That's not a question. The question is, are they going to do it on one of the biggest, probably the best cards in UFC history? You got to remember, the White House, when it comes to the government and everything like that, these are the guys that try to stop the UFC from happening. They wanted to ban the UFC in the United States. So many states were banning it non-stop, and now here they are going to fight on the actual lawn. It's a huge deal, a real huge deal. So they're not just going to get anybody on that card. They're going to get some of the most trusted, I would say the fighters that they can really rely on to fight on that card. And we cannot necessarily rely on Jon Jones. That's just my personal opinion, guys, but I'd like to hear your guys' opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.